Thank you to all my amazing people in my community who are supporting me. Shout out to all you guys who've watched that X Pro video and left comments on that. Shout out to all you guys who've watched my AI video. Shout out to all you guys. Shout out to my goat Lancer for making that amazing thumbnail. And shout out to my boy Algie for all my other thumbnails. My past couple of videos, I've been getting a lot of comments about my thumbnail. So appreciate those two gentlemen specifically because they have made my last two thumbnails. They were not my own, and I will not take credit for someone else's work. But as always, huge shout outs to Abdullah, Titan, Palms, Tyler, Cozy, Rare Omen, JPK, Supreme, Uncle, AG Snipes, and AG Twitch, aka LancerIsWild, Snoot, Graham, Abadi, Grim, Runnin, Leon, Freito. Do apologize, brother. He wasn't with me in the comments the other video. Let me know I was saying his name wrong. Do appreciate that. If I ever butcher someone's name or your name, don't like hide it. Let me know. I am very bad at pronunciation, and I'm also bad at reading. It's a great combo to have for a YouTuber. But either way, huge shout out to all you special people for supporting me. I could not be where I am without amazing people in my community. All of you guys, I am truly blessed. Thank you so much. And also shout out to our channel MVPs, Abdullah, Tyler, and Supreme. Thank you guys specifically for going above and beyond to bless me. And yeah, let's get right into the video. Yo, how you guys doing? It's your boy Beastly. This video was gonna come out like 2 or 3 days ago, but like I said, my AI video. This video was a bit delayed because of the X Pro video, the Nav stuff, and other stuff I've been dealing with behind the scenes. But here we are. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. It's your boy Beastly. And this video is going to be a victory lap for all of the haters, for all the people who told me in the last 4 months, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm an idiot. You say you played these games, Beastly, but you really didn't play these games. Turns out the person who knows a thing or two actually knew a thing or two. Crazy how that works. So this is going to be a little victory lap. I don't want to be a, egomaniac narcissist like the people who I exposed, but, I've been dealing with a lot of shit from a lot of people over the last, 4 months having my YouTube channel. And so I feel like this video was kind of inevitable. Like this news is going to break. People are going to read about this stuff regardless. And so I'd rather, laugh at the haters basically one last time and have them salty people in my comments be like, oh man. So here we are. Also, please, if you are subscribed to this YouTube channel, I am getting comments and I'm getting messages every day I stream that people are not getting the notifications. If you just subscribe on YouTube, YouTube has this horrible habit of not showing you all of my stuff. I stream every single day or damn near every single day at 6:30 CST on YouTube. So if you want to stop by the stream or be in a video, there you go. And for a lot of people, they're not getting notice. So if you can, after you subscribe, click the notification bell. And on the notification bell under the settings tab, do everything. Click everything. That way you will always get notified. No matter when I post, what I do, you will get notified. So I'm sorry for all the people who are missing, videos and stuff. I do apologize. I can't really fix that, but that is just some YouTube shenanigans that I really hate. But so I just went through my analytics on YouTube. So only about 9% of you guys actually have that notification bell clicked and have anything set to on. Or all. So yeah, this applies to about 91% of my audience. So please, if you're missing videos, if you're missing streams, and you want to participate, you want to be in the community, you want to, do all that fun jazz, click that notification bell and set your thing to all, and you should get all notifications. Also, I'm going to get this out the way in the beginning of the video. My streaming community, the wonderful people who watch me damn near every day on stream, have convinced me to do an Elden Ring playthrough. So I know I'm not an Elden Ring channel, and I am not an Elden Ring player. I am terrible at Souls games. I have never beaten a Souls game. I am god-awful at any Souls game, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, I'm horrible. I'm god-awful. So when this channel hits 2K subs, I'm going to be live streaming an Elden Ring playthrough. Now, if you want to see me have unbelievable amounts of anger, pain, and suffering, comment, like, and subscribe to this video. Blow this video up. And also, if you're in the comments of this video, in my future videos, make sure to remind people that at 2K, we're doing an Elden Ring playthrough. And so I suck at the game. You guys love to see me rage. It's kind of a win-win for both of us. I get to make you guys funny content, and you guys get to laugh at me. So at 2K, we will be doing an Elden Ring stream. So yeah, there you go. If you can, like, comment, subscribe. It greatly helps. And all my future videos, I'll probably say this a few more times in the intro, a few more, but with enough yapping, That's what we're doing at 2K subs. I appreciate you guys. Also, shout out to almost hitting 1,500. You guys, we're at like 1,455, I think, last time I checked. But yeah, shout out you guys. You guys are absolutely killing it with the support recently. But that's like 10 minutes of yapping. Let's God forbid I talk in my own video. But either way, what is this thing you're talking about, B? So what is this victory lap? I got you. So this was made February 25th, 2025 from a guy named Tom Henderson. If you don't know who Tom Henderson is, Tom Henderson is one of the very few COD insiders to know way too much consistently. I'm not going to go down Tom Henderson's entire track record, but long story short, this guy has been in the COD community leaking things for a long ass time. But I use the word leaking with air quotes because he's not really leaking stuff. He's kind of telling people what's going to happen before it happens. So this guy has an incredible track record. And furthermore, the person he interviews, you can actually look him up. So the guy drops his name. So if you don't believe what's in this article, you can look up the person who did this interview. Yeah, this article was brought to my attention in a Merc Music video. So shout out Merc Music. He makes great content. This is titled "Interviewed. I sat down with a developer behind COD's Sbmm." Spicy. I'm probably not going to read every single paragraph in this video. I'm probably just going to like chop up the parts that are actually relevant. But if you want to read everything word for word, I will link this article in the description. Finding ways to get around Sbmm was always part of my gaming routine. And when I had the opportunity to speak with Charlie Olson, a veteran software programmer who spent nearly a decade at Raven Software in 2 stints and wrote the matchmaking rating, aka the MMR algorithm for Call of Duty's Sbmm system, it was an offer I could not refuse. So like right here, for all like, no matter how many videos, right? No matter how many videos, how much evidence, it doesn't matter what I present these clowns, right? These haters, these people who just talk shit to me 24/7. I've been documenting the journey of Sbmm and COD. I have 2 videos, which I will also have linked in the description if you've not watched those videos, where I break down skill-based matchmaking in every single COD game. That right, you heard it. You heard me correctly. I have a timeline, a rough timeline, a general timeline of Sbmm in every COD game. Oh, Beastly, Sbmm is new. Sbmm is like a couple years old. No. As Tom Henderson points out in his article, where Tom Henderson got his start was posting crazy gameplays on YouTube. He was essentially a 2-boxer before there was even a word for 2-boxer. He was essentially an Sbmm manipulator before they were labeled Sbmm manipulators. He says it like word for word verbatim. Like it's not my words, it's his. Finding ways to get around Sbmm was always part of my gaming routine. And I had like, there you go. Tom Henderson is not a relatively new person. So like if you go back and I'm sure find his old gameplays, you can see what I'm referring to. But specifically this article, he's talking about Charlie Olson. You can go look up who Charlie Olson is, but he's a software programmer who spent a long time in Raven Software, who wrote the MMR matchmaking rating algorithm, aka the Sbmm system. When I saw this, I lost my mind. I was like, that is a crazy interview. How'd you get this interview? And he went to a really fancy 2025 summit, which is like, oh, never mind. There you go. Now that answers that question. Olson initially wrote the MMR algorithm for China's Call of Duty Online back in 2015, with the algorithm making its way into its first mainline entry in 2016's Infinite Warfare. Well, Beastly, what do you mean you're right? Beastly, in all of your videos, the timeline starts with BO2, Beastly. He said Infinite Warfare. I love mocking those people. Okay, so if you read this sentence carefully, referring to Olson, his system was first implemented in 2016. Keyword is his, H-I-S. After the X Pro video where half you guys can't fucking hear the guy in slow motion or normal speed. His. Meaning there was a system before his. Olson's was just better. Olson was brought in, wrote the system for COD Online, which, by the way, I know Activision does a lot of stupid shit. Shout out the AI video I just made recently. But this is actually really smart. rather than having a person come in and redesign the whole system with your live game, they did this with COD Online, which is very smart. So they fucked with COD Online in 2015 to then implement his system in 2016. So for all the slow people who are going to comment, no, there was something, as Olsen says, his was just better. They threw out the old one and his was better. So every game, as you can see here, every game since 2016, they have used his same system. Every game. So for all of those people who say BO4 is the first, fucking World War II was the first, 2019 was the first, Modern Warfare, like, none of these people know. This shit has been the same system since 2016. We have been playing essentially the same MMR system for almost 10 years. The only thing that changed was not the system, it was the player base. Back then, very few people knew what two-boxing and reverse boosting was. It still occurred. Shout out Carnage Clan for also giving me that wonderful clip in that one video where Carnage Clan, the guy was literally like, yeah, I have two-box, I two-box with 6 accounts. In the video, the guy was literally bitching about having to have upkeep on bot accounts. He's tired of it. And that was like 11 or 12 years ago. Imagine what they're doing now in Carnage. Anyways, that's a whole side rant. But yeah, his system was first implemented in 2016. It's a system that has been there ever since. There you go. There's the follow there. Literally the following sentence. The matchmaker itself becoming more sophisticated over the years, but Olsen's rating algorithm remaining essentially unchanged. Meaning that's just developer talk for the general system, the general math, the general equation is not different. The only thing that changed are the variables. So instead of having X, Y, and Z, now it's X, A, and B. It's still the same equation, the same format, the same everything. It's just we're changing the variables. There you go. Olsen would move from Raven Software from 2020 to go found Invocation Games in 2022, a developer studio that provides custom skill ratings systems to games. So essentially, Olsen left COD and made a company that just makes skill-based matchmaking ratings, or excuse me, skill-based matchmaking systems. So he is like the absolute godfather of this. He is the piece of shit that ruined not just Call of Duty, but all of modern gaming. Because Sbmm is in every fucking game. Every game. I'm not saying to go hate on this guy. All I'm pointing out is that everything wrong with COD and most other games started because of this guy. I'm just pointing it out. Olsen says live service games need Sbmm and Sbmm needs MMR, he said. He continued to explain that both are needed to ensure long-term sustainability and player engagement, which are both crucial components to ensure a successful live service game. But that doesn't mean everyone should just shut up and like Sbmm. Yeah, you're full of shit. You don't need Sbmm to keep a game alive. You need a good game to keep a game alive. The problem is that all of these games suck and they have Sbmm, and people are blaming the Sbmm for why the game sucks. No. I mean, it obviously is a factor. The problem is that these live service games also suck. So you have bad games. You have bad games mixed with bad systems that are just ruining everything. So I don't like Sbmm. I will never defend it. But the problem is that it's a compound problem. Both suck. If the game was good with Sbmm, people would bitch a lot less. The problem is you have bad games with Sbmm, which is just a recipe for disaster. On stats, Olsen explained that around half the players would be driven to stop playing without Sbmm because of sometimes you stomp and sometimes you get stomped narrative only applies to about 40% of the players. What? That makes no sense. You're full of shit. He's completely full of shit. I want to see where you make these bullshit statistics up, bro. You're full of shit. 40% of players by skill with 10% at the very top players doing 90% of the pub stomping. You're insane. You're insane. That's bullshit. I don't know what numbers you're looking at to get that to that, but you're insane. To imply that half of the people would actually, you know what? I don't have to fucking wait. These are the top 15 selling COD games of all time. And you're going to notice a trend here with these games. Call of Duty 3, 7 million copies. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Reimagined, 8 million copies. Now, it does say launch week. It does say launch week. So I'm sure the game sold more copies. I'm sure that's what they're saying right here. I'm not going to read this, but I'm sure that's what they're saying here. But, dude, this game, Call of Duty 3, this game is like 12 years old, 15 years old. I don't remember how old the COD 3 is, but this game's old. Why is Call of Duty 3 competing with Modern Warfare 2 Reimagined? Like, look at these graphics. This is literally like a 180p image. This game is amazing, and the graphics are so bad because the game has no SBMM and it's a good game. This game, great graphics, SBMM, and mid other stuff. Let's keep scrolling. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, 12 million copies. And they got outsold by World at War. You want to know what Infinite Warfare has? SBMM. You know who put it there? Call of Duty. You know where Call of Duty got the algorithm from? Olsen. You know what wasn't in World at War? SBMM. You know what was in World at War? Grittiness, warfare, realism, heart, determination, effort. All of that was in this game. You know what wasn't in this game? SBMM. 12 million copies. 17. See, what you're going to notice is there's a trend between games with SBMM and games without it. But remember, guys, Olsen said half the COD player base would quit playing the game if SBMM was just Thanos snapped out of the universe. Does it really look like half the player base would quit? Because to me, it looks like half the player base has already quit. Why is Infinite Warfare, a game that came out in 2016, getting dusted by a game that dropped in 2008? Like, there's an 8-year gap between these games, and the game that's 8 years older is better. That's crazy. That is. Let's keep scrolling. COD World War II, 2017, 19 million copies. Advanced Warfare, 21 million copies. SBMM. SBMM. No SBMM. Oh my God, that's crazy, bro. Modern Warfare 2 OG sold 25 million copies. That's more than your bitch ass. That's more than your bitch ass. And your bitch ass. No SBMM, ladies and gentlemen. No S. Now, you'll see later in this list, there's a caveat, and I will get to the caveat later. But there's one caveat. And it's shitty, but that's Activision for you. Black Ops 3, 26 million copies. Ghost, 28 million copies. Black Ops 2, the game that started the nonsense. This is not Olsen's nonsense. That was Infinite Warfare. This is COD's first implementation of it. 29 million copies. COD Vanguard, the shit show that was Vanguard, 30 million copies. Oh, Beastly. Beastly, I thought you said all the old games that had no SBMM did better than the games with SBMM. Here's the caveat I was alluding to earlier. All those old games sold for only the 360 and only the PS3. There were, and I guess technically PC, so there were technically 3 consoles, but no one bought it on PC. So it was basically just Xbox and PlayStation, 360 and PS3. On all of these modern games, they're selling them for the current gen, for PC, and for last gen. So when you see that this dog shit game that was Call of Duty Vanguard have 30 million copies, that is split amongst, like, what, 2 plus 2? Didn't also the Switch get a Call of Duty game? I think the Switch did, but I'm not going to count it. I don't know that information, so I'm not going to count it, but I think the Switch did get a COD game. So you have 2 Xboxes, 2 PlayStations, and PC. So yeah, they went from selling on 2 consoles to 5. No shit, you're going to get 30 million copies sold when you're selling on 5 different console generations versus 2. And before I got that one guy in the comments, dude, PC back in 2010 was bumping. No, the fuck it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Call of Duty back then literally used to not even make the game PC compatible. Like, a lot of you guys don't remember this if you weren't around back then, but PC games back then were, the COD games were made for a console and then ported to PC. Meaning, if there were bugs and issues for the PC, they didn't care. Now these games are made literally to function on PC and to function on console. Now, that doesn't mean the games will always function. Obviously, there's bugs, glitches, and shenanigans, but generally, like, the general concept, you cannot compare the PC versions now, the games, to what they used to be back in the day. So if you took the 30 million Vanguard copies and split them amongst all 5 generations, that's about 6 million copies per system. So do you see my point, how it's so easy to inflate these modern games with their numbers when they're selling on 5, 6, 7 consoles? This is not the point of the video, but Black Ops 7, that's coming out in like 6 or 7 months. That game is still getting made for the Xbox One and the PS5, I think. I don't remember the old PlayStation, but Activision knows they are still making these dog shit games for last gen. And it wouldn't surprise me when we do have the next console generation that they're still making these games for the Xbox One, the Xbox X, and the future Xbox. It would not shock me. So take all these modern games with a grain of salt. Black Ops Cold Store, 30 million copies sold, 2020. There you go. Third game on the list, third game. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, over 30 million copies sold. Modern game, yeah, I'll count that. It's 2020. Modern game, old game. What's second place? I'm sure you guys know. There you go. My GOAT. My GOAT. The greatest game of all time. Modern Warfare 3 2011. So just to give you guys a small understanding of what this means. Mr. Olsen, saying that skill-based matchmaking has helped COD is a lie. This game had no SBMM. It did not. BO2 Onward did. This game was the last title that did not have a manipulative matchmaking to manipulate you to play the game. It's the second most played and most purchased COD of all time. It's the second. This record, as you'll see what number 1 is, but Modern Warfare 3 OG held this record for damn near, 13 years? And then, actually, I lied. Never mind. I thought this was going to be a different game. Never mind. Yeah, lick my gooch, bro. Lick my fucking gooch. Never mind. I thought this was going to be a different game. The number 1 and number 2 most sold COD games of all time had no SBMM. BO1 did not. World at War and Black Ops 1 did not. Modern Warfare 1 and Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 did not have SBMM. They did not. That is straight from the words of the dev's mouth, and that also goes with what Olsen is saying over here. So you expect me to believe the 2 most purchased and played games in COD history have no SBMM, and you genuinely believe that SBMM is the savior of COD? Are you high out your mind? Like, these games are struggling to hit 15 million copies sold, and these games have twice that, and they're literally 15 years old. This game's literally 15 years old this year, and this game is 14 years old. Why is a 14 and 15-year-old game with no SBMM running laps around the modern day quote-unquote masterpieces with SBMM? it's almost like SBMM rather than helping COD is killing COD. Crazy. Crazy. So Olsen's bullshit stat here. I don't believe this. I don't believe this for a moment. I don't. Saying 40% of players stomp, like, no, this is another thing Olsen says that I've never heard in my life. Olsen used the X-Defiant as an example of the churn-based matchmaking. I've never, in my 17 years of playing video games, ever heard someone in my life ever refer to it as churn-based matchmaking. And explain that although X-Defiant had team balancing, people don't like being the weak link repeatedly, and high-skilled players don't like carrying a team of potatoes. Bullshit. 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 As someone who's been around literally since the beginning, this is a fabricated bullshit statement. You are high out your mind. People don't like being the weak link. Nobody likes to be the weak link. No shit, but it's a reality. Someone has to be the weak link. Right? If you put me on Team Optic right now, I'm the weakest link. You put me on a team against a bunch of kindergartners, they're the weakest link. Like, just because you're the weakest link at that moment doesn't mean you're the weakest link forever. Like, the whole point of being the weakest link is to see yourself as the bad player and then getting better. Seeing yourself develop. Seeing yourself go from a 0.5 gamer to a 0.7 gamer. To go from a 0.7 to like a 0.9. And like a 0.9 to like a 1.2. That's growth. That's development. You don't get that anymore. Because bad players are only playing bad players, and good players are playing sweaty players, and then the douchebags are the good players, or the self-proclaimed good players, reverse boosting into bad players' lobbies, kicking the shit out of them for absolutely free. Skill-based matchmaking has pretty much ruined all skill levels. Whether you're at the bottom or the top, it's ruined everything. But quote-unquote churn-based matchmaking, which again, I've never heard in my life. I've never heard of that in my life. Churn-based matchmaking was perfect. Because some games you kick the shit out of people, and guess what? Some games you got the shit kicked out of you. I was streaming last night, at the time of me recording this video, I was streaming Modern Warfare 3 OG. I don't know how in the hell I found a game. I found a game in 2025. Those first 2 games, I was kicking the shit out of people. Those following 2 games, I had the shit kicked out of me, and guess what? That's how it works. I was the big fish in a small pond one moment, and then I became the small fish in a big pond the very next moment. That's how it worked. That is, you can't learn and get better from being bad and playing bad. I love to put cliche lines in all of my videos just so that the younger audience can roll their eyes and my older audience can go, hell yeah, dude. But the phrase iron sharpens iron and steel sharpens steel is the truth. You don't get better by playing bad people. You get better by playing good people. Simple as that. Like, this whole nonsense is nonsense. And again, I know why he's peddling it. He's saying you have to have SBMM because he owns a company that sells SBMM. So of course he's going to profit. Like, this is, what is that word called in law? Where you financially benefit from something that you're like, that you can control. It's illegal to do that. I'm trying to remember what it is. I'm not saying what he's doing is illegal. I'm just saying, like, in general, like, if I know a company is going to go bankrupt, I will sell all my stocks beforehand, and then the company goes bankrupt. Everyone loses money but me. That's like insider trading for that example. But there's another word. It's like something malpractice. But yeah, he's no shit. He's telling you need SBMM in your games. He has a company where he sells SBMM. No shit. No shit, Olsen. I see where you're biased. When asked for a solution for SBMM, Olsen believes that it is needed for and to ensure long-term sustainability for live service games. Again, no, it's not. No, it's not. You're just saying that because you own a company that sells SBMM, so obviously you're directly benefited by people putting it in their game. The massive problem with SBMM, though, is that you don't know what league you are in anymore. SBMM takes away all sorts of skill mastery. There's less skill feedback. Stats doesn't matter as much. KD is less of a bragging right, and a serious design of a problem. I mean, I do agree with them there. I think SBMM, if people could see it with their own eyes, it would fix some of the problem, but it wouldn't obviously fix the problem, which is SBMM. He continued, if you are trying to get better at the game, SBMM is just rewards you with tougher opponents. I'd say that SBMM punishes players for being good. Very true. And that's unfair. Also very true. Players have the right to complain. I agree. Olsen thinks one solution is to reward the player with more XP for being better. What? That's stupid. Casual doesn't need to become completely about skill. What? But you should be able to see something about what? Matches gold tier, you get a 1.2 XP multiplier. What? Dog, you are... Dude, no one gives a fuck anymore about your level. Like, 10 years ago, sure, your level mattered, but, like, no one cares. So if my reward for sweating my dick and balls off 24/7, losing years of my life to stress and rage, is a 1.2 XP multiplier, I'm crashing out. No, what your reward should be for having a high SBMM is a cool skin. Every season, they should give you a ranked skin, a ranked camo, and a ranked mastercraft, and you should get the same thing for pubs. If your skill-based matchmaking rating is above 500, for example, just an arbitrary number, you should get a cool skin, a cool gun, and a cool camo. Like, bare minimum. It wouldn't, again, fix the problem, because the problem is people don't want it to begin with, but if you gave people a reward and showed people their number instead of hiding it, that would help alleviate the problems. It wouldn't fix the problem, but it would help alleviate the problems. You should be able to see your MMR. I agree. In combat record, you shouldn't have to file a person's data request from Activision, which I also agree. Everything should be public. I agree, Olsen. I agree. He went on to explain that he didn't pitch such a system in COD multiplayer multiple occasions, even at a meeting in Infinite Warfare during 2019 development. However, also noted the lack of bandwidth in studios have to consider the idea of outside the lead studio. Uphill battle, which occasionally non-designer, so I tried, didn't catch on. He said the other reason I think it didn't catch on is most designers just don't know much about MMR and how therefore they're uncomfortable. So essentially what he's saying here is that I tried to put rewards in Modern Warfare 2019 and I got blue balled by the devs or by the higher ups because there's a restriction number of space that we have to make the game and I can't exceed that. So go figure, Activision's being lazy. Go fucking figure. He noted that preventing the people from seeing their MMR, making their data requests from Activision leads to a lack of faith, which, where have we heard that one before? Lack of faith. Jesus. Leads to conspiracy theories that we've often seen flooding the internet. I mean, what conspiracy theories are you talking about? Like the game's made with AI? Oh, wait, it is. What conspiracy theories are you talking about, Olsen? Oh, the game has SBMM that people are exploiting? Oh, wait, it does. Like, what conspiracy theories are you talking about? Almost all of them are proven right. What conspiracy theories are you talking about? That was just a shot at people. That's just a salty man right there who's salty that he got shot. That's what that was. That was funny. Contrary to what some players believe, you really don't have to try your hardest every match. If you go off meta, your MR will adapt after a few bad games and matches will get easier. Oh my fucking Christ. Olsen. Homie. Homie, you literally made the goddamn system. Homie. Chat. YouTube audience. I'm not going to edit that out. You guys are going to hear me stutter. I stutter a lot. I just cut most of it out for most videos, but I'm going to cut that out. I'm not going to cut that out. Guys, if I told you to go off meta and your MMR will adapt after a few bad games and the games will get easier, what is that, chat? YouTube audience in the comments below, what is that? Contrary to... That's reverse boosting. He just said to reverse boost. The guy who made the fucking system said to just go reverse boost. Go kill yourself a few times. Go like 0 and 30. Like 2 or 3 games in a row. Go tank your stats. And then your life will be great. First of all, there shouldn't be a system to begin with that should require me to reverse boost to have fun. BO1, most sold game of all time. Modern Warfare 3, Second most sold game of all time. No SBMM, great games. So no, you are full of shit. Full of shit. The exception would be when you're playing a low pop modes with high kill players during open betas. He said, for example, probably you shouldn't expect game modes like domination. Game mode. Traditionally, higher skill players. Yeah, that is. Yeah, game modes like, you know, hardpoint and domination will have a lot more tryhards in it than game modes like team deathmatch. That's like fairly obvious, I thought, but okay. Speaking of conspiracy theorists, Olsen also pointed out that COD's SBMM gets mistaken for EOMM, engagement optimized matchmaking, but it really is just because the MMR is highly responsive and volatile. So there you go. It's not even, EOMM is not in the game. Like, it's not. It's just SBMM. So for all those cronies, all those papegas, all those foreheads who type in my comments, well, actually, Beastly, it's EOMM, guys. No, it's not. And it's coming from the mouth of the guy who made the system. Like, it's not. It's SBMM that's so bad that it gets mistaken for something else. So I personally don't care enough to die on that hill. Whether you call it SBMM or EOMM, I don't care what alphabet soup you want to use. It's a system that manipulates its players. At the end of the day, that's what it is. So you guys can argue with the letters, but at the end of the day, we know what we're talking about. Like, we know what the thing we're talking about. What's clear is that SBMM in COD and other live service games is likely to never go away. That's true. There are fundamentally systems to keep the game alive and thriving by keeping players around, and have become more and more apparent recently following Activision clamp down on VPNs and patching SBMMs get around. They didn't. It's still in the game. Shout out Nav and X-Pro and every other fraud who I still make videos on because they, quote unquote, what do you say? Got patched for patching. Yeah, they patched two boxing guys. They definitely did. Definitely. And method where a player would join a session with a lower skill dummy account. Yeah, the issue with COD in particular seems that the transparency in players will be rewarded. Yeah. So I'll have the article if you want to go reread it in the comments below. Is the article by Tom Henderson himself. But yeah, this was essentially a victory lap. This confirmed everything I've been saying for 4 months. This video might be like 3 hours long. I don't know how long it's going to be, but this video essentially was my victory lap. So shout out all the dummies and haters who don't know diddly or dick about anything, but they still tell me that they know more than me, when in fact, look who was right. Crazy. Maybe the guy who's been playing the game since he was fucking, 9 years old would know. Crazy how that works. But either way, yeah, this confirmed that they've used the same SBMM system since 2016. This confirms there was a system before 2016 that he replaced, which I've documented. In fact, this also confirmed that there's been 2 systems, which again, I've also documented that too. So yeah, this article explains a ton. And at the end of the day, right, you could say, well, it's one guy's, credibility interviewing another guy's credibility. So this isn't an official Activision statement, but you're never going to get one of those, right? This is about the best you will ever get. Because Activision, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer Devs, Raven Studios, they sign NDAs. So this is the best you're ever going to get. The guy who made the system, who I would assume legally owns the system, hence why he's talking about it, because you can't sue the guy who owns the thing that you use. So I'm assuming the reason why he is open about this is because, again, he made the system. So this video confirmed a lot, and I'm happy. So now whenever someone says they know about SBMM, say no. Beastly knows about SBMM. Go watch his videos. I'd appreciate that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I gotta edit like probably a billion-hour video down to probably 45 minutes. So I appreciate you guys. All love, all respect. Shout out all of you guys. Shout out all of my supporters. I appreciate it. Road to 2K. We are 540 something subs away from that. When I hit 2K, I will be streaming my Elden Ring playthrough. I will be saying that I will be saying this in the next couple of videos and probably the rest of the videos moving forward. But yeah, I don't play Elden Ring. That's gonna suck. I've never ever beaten a Souls game. I got stuck on Tree Sentinel for like 25 hours when the game launched. So, give you an idea how bad I am. But either way, I absolutely love you guys. Let me know in the comments below if you're surprised by anything. Let me know if you ever doubted me and now you're like eating your words and you're a hater. And I just can't wait for the haters to be quiet. Dude, my comments are going to be quieter than a fucking mouse in church. Ain't no one gonna say shit to me now. All that shit talking, all the receipts I have in all my videos from the last 4 months, fucking, they're all gonna be mute. Absolutely mute. But yeah, guys, as always, I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, night, afternoon, day, or every time you watch my content in the future. Like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Drop me a follow/sub on Twitch. I greatly appreciate it. And as always, guys, I'll see you when I see you. Deuces.